Oh, we got better. Ooh. Now, a couple guys had lapses, and those lapses will kill us in our league. But the reality of it is we got way better. Now, we could all say, well, you walked in at halftime, you're only up 9, and it could have been this if they made free throws. We missed 5 layups. Archie missed 4 layups, 1 breakaway. 1 for 13 from the three-point line, and you're up 9. We could have been up 25. And the thing I liked about Marshall, very physical, bump and grind team that we out-rebounded, and they were big. That's what we needed. We needed this game like this, and we needed a team that would play that way. Marshall's going to do fine. The guard being hurt really affects them, but they're going to be fine. They get into Conference USA. They're going to win their share. They're going to be one of those teams playing for that NCAA bid. No question in my mind.
Is Ryan Arrow back to where you thought he would be before?
Here's what I told him. I told him in a huddle, and then I told him after the game. When he's playing the right way with aggressiveness, talking to his teammates, that look in his eye, he's as good as anybody in the country right now. I'm looking around at point guards. He's fine. That other guy, you ready? The cool guy, he's not very good. The guy that runs in and gets bumped and falls on the floor and just throws the ball, that guy's not very good. That other guy that we saw in spurts today, just play that way. Every minute you're on the court, play that way. But they all made strides. You know, it's not going to be perfect right now. You see we're stronger because we're eating better now. We're training. We're lifting weights. We're together all the time. Did you see some emotion out there? Wasn't it great when Nerlens stole the ball and went down and 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 they all huddled? You're like, geez, I haven't seen that all year. Well, we're starting to get into each other now versus into ourselves, and it's nice to see.
Cal, there was also a play where Alex rebounded his own miss, and Nerlens rushed over to kind of encourage him and was telling him to, maybe telling him to kind of keep that up. How do you get that to be consistent?
Well, we just, look, Alex did some good things, and then he reverted at times. Just grabbed a guy on a foul. He wanted to stop playing, left his feet 3 times because he was late getting to the guy. Instead of being ready and in, and then you can close with your hands up at your size, or you can stand straight up and down, be late going to the shooter, so you got to leave your feet, which he did 3 or 4 times. But, again, around the basket, rebounding the ball, doing some things. I think he had his career high in rebounds. And think of some of the other teams we played where he was going against a 6'2" or 6'3" guy, and he couldn't do what he did today. So let me just say this. I'm pleased. Now, we're a long way from home, but it shows that this team, and I keep saying this team has more upside than any team in the country. We're going to have games where we don't shoot it well. Doesn't matter. If you're defending, you're tough, and you're rough, and you create good shots for each other, you'll be fine. There's going to be games where, you know, we're on the road and we get a little rattled. Well, if we're going to be the team I think we can be, that's going to hit us, and we're going to adjust and grind it out and play better. But, you know, I'm not worried about missed shots. I mean, you can't. That stuff happens, and it happens to every team.
John, why did you say your team needed a game just like this? Is because
you needed a physical team and a big team.
Because of who you're playing next week, or?
No, just for us. Who are we playing next week?
Might be Louisville, I believe.
Oh, we're playing Louisville? Wow, that's going to be a hard game. Whew. No, I'm worried about my team right now.
John, there was a timeout early in the second half. Marshall scored their first 3 possessions, and you guys kind of took off from there. What happened? What did you want to get across in that time? And
again, we got cool. We had a couple guys that, you know, just want to kind of go out and, you know, look around like there's not a game here. It's an AAU game. You have to be in a dogfight every minute or sit down. Let someone else play. We didn't match up one time. Alex was late going to, not Alex, we didn't match up in transition one time, and something else happened that we gave up 2 threes. Oh, a fade screen. We didn't talk, and Archie didn't fight over, so we give up a 3 on the weak side. I mean, it was just, you know, not the way we want to start the game. Start the half, excuse me.
John, you said you're looking around at point guards around the country. You think Ryan's as good as any of them. What is he doing that makes you think that? Well,
he has a good feel for the game, and he can run our team. I mean, now there are point guards that are tougher than him, but if he would be tougher, then he's just as good as them. I mean, the guys that are better than him right now just are tougher. They're more physical. They play a rougher game. Has nothing to do with his ability to shoot, score, make free throws, none of that. It's just, are you going to play a roughhouse game? If you do, you're as good as anybody out there. That's hard, though. You got to want contact. You got to, and he's made strides these last 2 weeks. Like I said, the difference in our team, he's really playing well, and he's getting the players, it's able to put our players in a better position for themselves.
You said you're not worried about missed shots, so how did you think Archie played overall tonight?
I was disappointed. He missed 4 layups, but I think he's flipping. Rod thinks he's looking down. He's not seeing the basket, and he's looking up at the last moment to shoot it. I don't know what it is. I'll watch the tape, see if I can figure out. But you can't miss layups. I mean, it's bad enough missing open shots, but missing layups, come on. You're not going to win.
Coach, you said you liked the way your team performed today back here. How did that help, especially before you play a top-5 opponent in Louisville next week?
We're not, believe me when I tell you, I'm not worried about anybody we're playing. I'm worried about my team. If we go in and Louisville's way better than us, we move on to the next game. We were going to go in. We're going to play our game. We've gotten better. Is that good enough? I don't know. They got a veteran team. They got everybody playing well. They're beating everybody by 30 and 40. Hard game for us. They got terrific players, really good players. Hard game for us. I'm worried about us getting better. What Marshall did for us physically, they had confidence. They have a swagger. We couldn't make shots, and they're looking at it like we're in this. And they were. And then they come out at half and do what they did to us. It's exactly what we needed. I mean, we needed to go against a big physical team to see if we got tougher in the last 2 weeks. Last game, it did not carry over all the work. This game, it did. So that's why I'm happy.
John, just to clarify on Archie missing the layups, I thought you said that you thought he was flipping, and I didn't quite know what that finger rolling.
Cal, this team, you put a lot on your point guards, obviously, you have since you've been here. Is this team's potential that you're talking about rooted in what Ryan Harrow you get?
No, what about Alex? Alex, come on. Play the whole game the way you're playing in spurts. Just do it. There's no excuse why you stop on plays. Just quit playing when the ball's in play. There is no excuse. How did you get beat to that rebound that he ended up leaving his feet and getting a 4? It was you and the guy. How do you let him get it? Well, I don't know. I know. He outworked you. You weren't ready to make that play. When he stops that, when Archie gets his head up on drives, when Julius and Kyle are prepared to shoot, and then, listen to me, hold your follow-through. Don't shoot and go like that, like, watch this, that looks good. I like it that way. It looks better. Yeah, but the ball doesn't go in. So why don't we just do the old way from 1940? Hold your follow-through. When those two do what they do and get prepared to play, our big guys. Now, we weren't very good in the post again. We're throwing balls. But I thought Nerlens played well, especially in the first half. And Nerlens talked the whole game. We need that energy.
Hey, John, can you elaborate on John Hood's status? There was some tweeting about mono.
What did they say, upper respiratory? Upper respiratory.
You were talking earlier this year about the attitude you want to see your kids play with, and I don't know if you're aware, but the Kings just suspended DeMarcus Cousins indefinitely, and you had talked about advising him to not play so angry. What was your take? Any reaction to that?
You're just telling me. I didn't know about it, so I don't want to comment because I don't know anything about it. Let me say this as it winds down. I want to wish all of you here a Merry Christmas, and anyone of the fans that are listening a Merry Christmas, and hug your kids. We know what just went on up in Connecticut. Hug your kids, hug your wife, hug your spouse, and if you get a chance to reach out to someone else, even if they don't know who you are or what you're doing, I tell you, do that. One of the things we've tried to do with this basketball team is get them to understand fame and even fortune are fleeting and money has wings, but when you're in those positions, you have a chance to help and make people feel good and feel special for a short time. And I love the fact that they told me Michael gave out thousands of backpacks in Charlotte. I mean, it's what we want these kids to be about. Yeah, we want them to attain their dreams and fame and fortune, but we also want to look back, what are they doing with it? How are they, the fate intervene in their lives and put them in a great position like being at Kentucky. And so I would tell you, Merry Christmas. I wish everybody a great, great holiday. Thanks.